The Silent Watcher Within. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to take you on a journey, one woven with soft threads of self-awareness, quiet courage, and the art of observing your thoughts and feelings. This is not just a story, but a gentle invitation to step inside yourself, to listen more deeply, and to rediscover the strength hidden in silence. So settle in. Breathe softly and allow these words to wrap around your heart like a calm dawn stretching across the sky. There once was a young woman named Mira who lived in a small town wrapped in misty mornings and long, silver-lined evenings. To anyone passing by, she looked like someone who had everything under control. Her posture straight, her smile warm, her voice steady as a mountain stream. Yet within her, thoughts swirled like restless birds, fluttering through her mind with wings made of worry, doubt, and unspoken fear. Each day she woke before the sun rose, not because she wanted to, but because her thoughts would not let her sleep. They crowded her mind with what-ifs and should have been, filling her with a noise so constant she had forgotten what silence felt like. The world outside her window was beautiful. The pearly fog, the rustling leaves, the river that glowed golden at dusk, but she barely noticed anymore. Her mind was always elsewhere, tangled in yesterday and trembling about tomorrow. One morning, worn from the endless chatter inside her, Mira left her house and wandered toward the old forest at the edge of town. The trees stood tall and ancient, their branches arching like grand cathedral ceilings. Moss coated the stones like soft blankets, and shafts of sunlight pierced the canopy in golden beams. Mira had not walked this path in years, yet something about that morning pulled her toward it, as gently and irresistibly as a whispered calling. She wandered deeper until she reached a clearing where the forest opened like a tender heart. At its center sat an elderly woman in a flowing robe the color of storm clouds, her eyes glowing with the calm wisdom of someone who had seen many seasons come and go. Mira hesitated, but the woman smiled as though she had been expecting her. "Come sit," she said, her voice like a soft wind brushing against water. "You look like someone who is carrying too much inside." Mira slowly approached and sat beside her. For a moment, neither spoke. Leaves rustled overhead like a lullaby, and a distant bird cried its lonely morning song. Finally, Mira whispered, "My thoughts won't leave me alone. They run wild and heavy. I feel like I'm drowning in them." The old woman nodded, as though hearing something profoundly familiar. "You are drowning," she said gently, "but not because the thoughts are too deep. You drown because you think you are the water." Mira blinked, confused. "What do you mean?" The woman smiled. "Your thoughts and feelings are like a river. They flow, sometimes gently, sometimes with storms. But you are the watcher on the riverbank, the one who observes the water passing by. You are not the water. You are the witness." Mira had never thought of it that way. All her life, she had believed that her thoughts were truths, that her emotions were identities, that her inner noise was the same as herself. But the old woman's words carved a stillness into her, a pause she had not felt in years. "Close your eyes," the woman instructed softly, "and notice your thoughts. Do not fight them. Do not chase them. Do not judge them. Just watch." Mira hesitated, then closed her eyes. Immediately, the usual swarm appeared, the doubts, the worries, the regrets, rushing like wind through a broken door. Her chest tightened, her breath quickened. "Let them pass," the woman whispered. "You need not follow every thought that calls your name. Let them drift like leaves on water." Mira inhaled slowly, and something in her began to loosen. She imagined herself sitting by a quiet river, watching the current move. She saw a thought float by. "I'm not good enough." It drifted along the water's surface, and though it tugged at her heart, she let it pass. Another floated by. "What if I fail?" Again, she resisted the urge to reach for it. She watched it slip past like a leaf touched by breeze, For the first time in a long while, Mira felt separate from her thoughts. She felt like a quiet watcher instead of a frantic participant. Her breathing softened, her shoulders relaxed. A warm stillness flooded her chest. The old woman spoke again. "You see, child, when we believe every thought, we become slaves to our own minds. But when we observe them, they lose their power. They shrink, they soften, they pass." Mira opened her eyes slowly. The world around her seemed sharper, colors more vibrant, as though nature had been waiting for her to truly see it. The birdsong sounded clearer. The breeze felt cooler. Even the forest silence seemed filled with a kind of ancient music. How can something so simple feel so freeing? Mira asked, amazed. The woman smiled knowingly. Because the simplest truths are the ones we forget first. Over the following weeks, Mira returned to the forest every morning. She practiced observing her thoughts, watching them like drifting clouds instead of stormy skies. She learned to label them gently. Ah, that is fear. That is doubt. That is old pain. In naming them, she separated herself from them. In observing them, she reclaimed the power she had long surrendered. As Mira grew more in tune with her inner world, something extraordinary happened. The chaos inside her began to calm, not because she forced it to, but because she had stopped feeding it with fear and resistance. The more she watched, the quieter everything became. Her thoughts still came, her feelings still rose, but they no longer swept her away like floods. They came and they went, and she remained, the silent watcher, steady and calm. Soon, Mira began to notice changes outside herself too. Her smile felt lighter. Her steps felt grounded. Work felt less overwhelming. Relationships felt less tangled. She found beauty in small moments, the way sunlight danced on her window, the scent of rain on soil, the comfort of breathing without hurry. One afternoon, while walking through town, a friend asked, "Mira, you seem different, happier, peaceful. What changed?" And Mira simply smiled and said, "I learned how to sit beside myself." Her friend laughed lightly. "Sit beside yourself? What does that even mean?" "It means," Mira said softly, "that I watch my thoughts instead of becoming them. I watch my feelings instead of drowning in them. I treat my inner world like passing weather, not permanent, just present." Her friend stared at her, touched and curious, as though glimpsing a secret door to a quieter life. Word of Mira's newfound calm began to spread through the town. People who were anxious, overwhelmed, or burdened sought her wisdom, and she would guide them back to the forest clearing, teaching them the same practice the wise woman had taught her. Over time, the forest became a sanctuary for many. Mothers bruised by worry, young students trembling under pressure, elders weighed down by memories. Mira listened to them all, guiding them step by step into stillness, helping them meet their inner storms with gentleness. She spent years nurturing this gift, eventually building a small wooden shelter in the forest where anyone could sit, breathe, and learn to watch their thoughts drift like clouds. And every day, she whispered the same message: "You are not your thoughts. You are the one who sees them." Mira's life transformed, not because the world around her changed, but because she learned to change the way she lived inside it. Her journey became a testament to the quiet power of self-awareness, the gentle courage of observing instead of reacting, and the profound freedom of stepping back into the role of witness. And now, as you read or listen to her story, her message becomes an invitation to you. Perhaps your mind, too, has been noisy. Perhaps your heart has been heavy. Perhaps your days have been clouded with self-doubt or fear. But remember this: within you lives a silent observer, a calm, steady presence untouched by storms. You only need to return to it, sit with it, watch, and with time, everything inside will soften. Thank you so much for being here today and for joining me on this journey of inner awareness. If this story touched your heart or gave you even a moment of peace, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more stories, guidance, and inspiration. Until next time, keep observing, keep breathing, and keep becoming the silent watcher within.